Hello everybody, this is FRLE aka Otis Lawrence here, back with another video. This is Psgl versus WR, Xbox vs PlayStation. This is the second round of it. We did the rematch, and this is the first lap of Q1. I can see it is raining for Q1 as we about to go into turn 1 for our first lap of Q1. Nice hitting that apex there, bit of oversteer on exit of turn 1. Now coming down the hill, going into the turn 2 now, and now into turn 3. First sector 17.3. This was purple as Jensen sets 14.0 at the moment. As we come into turn 3 now, we get a good exit. We get a little bit of oversteer coming at the exit of turn 3 now, going in now into turn 4. Late braking now, make sure you got all your car on the curb and slightly wide on the apex, but yeah, as you can see, VAR Mason is at 12.5, which is a lot faster than Jensen's lap, as we know. Coming into turn 7, I believe, turn 8, sorry. And now we set another purple middle sector, and now we come now into turn 9. Ogiano sets the fastest lap with a 12.4, as we come into the promontable corner, now into the final corner. Very nicely hit that last corner, and now this is going to be a 111.8, so it's quite a bit faster than the other people, but a lot of people haven't set times yet. And yeah, as you can see, we're going to go for another lap as Shizu Thomas just came out the pits, as we're going to get a nice slipstream off him, but our ERS is quite low at the moment, so yeah, it's not ideal obviously. But now we're going to turn 3, but quite late into that corner, lost a bit of time on exit, but still gained time mostly, as we gained a bit of time on exit because last time we had a big snap of oversteer on exit turn 3. Now going into turn 4 again, hitting this apex really bad again, going really wide, but still get a good exit coming out the corner. Lost a bit of time, but still now going into turn 7 now, slightly wide again, but short shifting up. Very hard on traction is the wet, but we gain a lot of time on exit. Now we're going to 5th, yeah, short shift to 6th on exit, get a bit of oversteer again, another snap of oversteer, very hard to get on the traction of turn 8. Now going into the multiple corner, turn 9, hitting that apex really nice. We get a massive amount of oversteer. Now coming around the final corner, we don't have any ERS left, but this is going to come across the line now to set us 1 minute 11.789, which is, I think, just ahead of Smokey, who's our teammate, our brand new VSR teammate, who's another team we've just joined is VSR. And yeah, we can see P1 at the moment by 3.5 temps. As Smokey now in P4. I couldn't really see who was in second, but oh well. Now this is gonna be I believe this is gonna be one of our I think this is the second last lap of Q1. As we see, we skipped most of the lap because I don't want to make this video too long. And you see we're going to come around the final corner now, 1.5 seconds after the track's getting really dry now. As you see, it's not raining anymore. As you can see, we get at 1 minute 10.199, 119, sorry. And yeah, you can see a lot of times we're tumbling down as Placky sets the fast lap at 9.8, and the track's completely dry now, so DRS enabled as well. So we're going to come in the pits and put a set of soft tyres on, and this is crucial now. We need to make sure this lap on the softs counts, because as you can see, the gap is 3.8 seconds off. Well, the intermediate is 3.8 seconds off the softs, so the softs are way better at this point. And yeah, we can see going into turn 1, which is way up at this point. This is 5.10, sorry, a second at turn 1. So we need to get this lap done, otherwise we're out to qualifying. And yeah, rain was going to come any time soon again, so it's not ideal. We get a massive amount of oversteer, which is not ideal. We lost the time to our intermediate lap even in the apex of that corner, so it wasn't ideal, obviously wasn't the best apex, but still going into turn 4 now. Hit that apex very nicely, getting good traction on the exit turn 4 now, coming into turn 5, now into turn 6, I believe it's turn 6, and then getting a lot of time, and now 44.820, which is alright in changeable conditions now. Turn 7, turn 8 now, and now going into the multiple corner of turn 9, 4.5 seconds up on our intermediate lap. This is now 5 seconds as we come around a final corner now, hitting that apex really nicely. coming across the line. 5.6 seconds, 5.7 seconds. We set at 1 minute 4.399 as the rain also does start to fall down, as I didn't really see that during the lap, but still. Yeah, we lost a bit of time because of the rain, but yeah, it's on pole anyway, and as you can see, it's raining a little bit harder now, so I think that is the end of qualifying 1. And now Q2, it's gone intermediate again, which I didn't really want because I was practicing the dry a lot more than the wet conditions. You can see it is a lot heavier than I believe the start of Q1, but we're just getting faster lap times. You see we set a 10.689, which is a really good lap, which sets us pole by 3 tenths at the moment. As you can see, this is going to be our second lap, as we did go for a back off lap, shall I say, and now we're going to set another lap as we are heading up the hill, up into turn 1, breaking a 100-meter board, turning just after the 50-meter board, and then make sure you stay in 5th gear and then hold it on that curb because it gives you good traction. But the track is getting a lot wetter at the moment, so yeah, times are getting a lot slower because the track is getting near full wet at the moment, so yeah, it's not good for the people outside the top 10, obviously. As you see, we're 5 tenths down now as we skip the end of the lap because it'd be too long, this video. As you see, we're at 11.2, so the track is really wet. And yeah, that is the end of qualifying. As you can see, it's absolutely pouring down with rain, as you can see, but background as well. But yeah, you see TF Rudy, NRX leave. Well, I couldn't really see it, but it's 3 Xbox, I think it was 2 Xbox drivers and 3 PS drivers are out. So a lot more Xbox drivers in Q3 now, which is completely opposite to last time. So yeah, as you can see, we're about to come across the line. This is start of Q3 now, and yeah, going into turn 1 now. It is more heavy rain this time, so it's gonna be a bit slower the lap time. And yeah, we see get a good turn 1, good exit as well. As you see, 1.22 up on Wilson at the moment. Well, now Psgl, but let's see, we're going purple in the first sector, so it means we're the fastest at the moment. And we get really good traction coming out of turn 3. Now going into the downhill bit, bring 100-meter board again, going slightly wide again. Like going wider in the wet, I feel maybe gives a bit more, what's the word, traction, I feel, on the exit as we hit this apex quite nicely. But there's a lot of oversteer in this corner, which is not ideal. Obviously, as we should 5 or 6 tenths up on Psgl at the moment, who's on a 12.9. And yeah, we're coming into the final corner, or penultimate corner of the track, as Wilson sets a 12.6, 12.4, sorry, as we come around the final corner now, and to set a lap. And what lap is it going to be? It's going to be a 12.0, so it's 4 times faster than Wilson at the moment, so pretty confident in the wet at the moment. And yeah, you can see coming out for our final 2 runs now, 3.5 minutes, well, 3 minutes and 45 seconds left of the session. Smokey in P2, Wilson P3, so top 3's Xbox drivers at the moment. Shazoo Rowan, the Tier 1 WR champion of last season, currently in P4, and V5E in P5 at the moment. So we're going into turn 1 tracks. It looks a little bit dry at the moment, which the track was drying quite a bit. So yeah, as you see, we're getting a lot of time in turn 1 as the track's looking a lot drier than the first lap we did of Q3. As we're coming now into turn 3 now, slightly down on the lap, but still in a lot of time on traction zone. And now going into turn 4, 100-meter again, and taking a wide apex again, and then getting a really good exit. As you can see, V4B sets the fastest lap at the moment, as we are 1 tenth up on our lap at the moment, 1.5, as we go slightly wide and we get pretty bad traction. So it's a 49.5, only a 10th up, as the track is getting a lot drier at the moment, and we're getting a lot of oversteer because the track is still wetter than usual. But now coming into the multiple corner, getting a bit of time on a lap because last lap we had a tang slapper, and yeah, you see 1.5 quarter up on our lap, as we set a 1 minute 11.872, which is only 10 faster, as we are going for our second one now, which is slower in turn 1, so we didn't get that nailed. And yeah, this might be costly to our lap at the moment, because we're 10th down on our lap as we come into turn 3 now. The track's getting a lot drier, and yeah, we see getting a lot of time on traction zone, and yeah, the track is really not nice at the moment. Well, it is getting better, sorry, but for for me, compared to the others who stress about starting that, it's not nice for me, as Psgl beats our lap at the moment, who is going to do another lap, which is nice for him because the track's getting a lot drier. As you can see, we're going 1.5 temps up, purple in the middle, but we went slower in the first sector, as now we get a lot better traction coming up this small right-hander, as now we're going into turn 9, right. Slightly missing the apex, which we lose a little bit of time. Now coming around the final corner, a lot drier track now, as we are 2.5 temps up, as we nailed that last corner. We go on pole and do 11.632, but there is people finishing their laps, and the track is super dry, as you see. Now Psgl beats our lap, so that means we won't be on pole, and V4B also beats our lap, so we're in P3 at the moment, and PSR Sav, Xbox driver, luckily goes up into P1 again. So we're not having the best qualifying here, and we got very lucky with the weather drying up. As you see, Rowan even beats our lap, so that's P5 for us at the end. So not ideal, obviously, but we're going to try and make our way up in the race. As you can see, the race is about to start now, and yeah, not ideal. Obviously, you'd rather want to start P1, because this is a track where a lot of DRS trains. But anyway, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 red lights here in Austria for Psgl versus WR. Xbox versus PlayStation. There's lights on, away we go. We get a good start, and now we're going to try and go around the outside of V4B into turn 1. We get a little bit of wheel banging, but still clean enough, as we are burning a lot of our ERS to try and get past the Red Bull driver. And you can see up ahead, PSR Sav and Psgl are battling. As you can see, Rowan just trying to stay out of the battle as we go around the outside, and we get a lot better traction than Fabi. And now we're going to try and get past Rowan, burn a little bit of our ERS, but no need to burn at the moment, because it's just very hard, because we'll just try and let him burn a little bit and then try and be patient with the overtake. And yeah, we're now just trying to sit behind him, stay in his DRS for a bit, and just try and force him into a mistake, because this track's really hard to overtake around. And yeah, with DRS trains and stuff, it's really hard, because you know other people are going to be running a lot lower wings than you, as we come into the penultimate corner now into the final corner. The gap 2 times right now, as you can see. Sav's pulling a bit of a gap to Psgl at the moment, as he sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, but that's the first lap, so obviously he's going to set the fastest lap. But now we'll go into turn 1 now. Rowan goes slightly deep into turn 1, but I get pretty bad traction. I can see the gap 4 temps now, so I might as well just save a little bit of my battery now, and yeah, just go on later. As you can see, gap 5 temps, 6 temps, so I'm getting gapped a little bit, but it's no need to push, because I think the guys in front of me are burning a little bit of ERS, but I'm burning it a little bit, but there's just no point to burn it, because you know I'm going to be in the DRS anyway. As you can see, Rowan nearly hits his teammate Psgl, which nearly let us to get an overtake on Rowan. So yeah, not well, not what we wanted, because we wanted him to take it out, really, to be honest with you, to help us with the Xbox's splitting, as we get our first track limit warning. And yeah, we don't want to get more of those, because we'll get a penalty, especially around tracks like Austria. Very easy to pick up a warning, as we're right in the back of Rowan now, as we gonna try and save our ERS, but he's an absolute lightning in stress. But I think he's burning quite a bit to defend us at the moment, and trying to get past his teammate as well, Psgl. And yeah, we're just gonna sit here patiently now, and yeah, and you can see we skip another lap till lap 5 now, as we brake super late. We do insane braking skill, but he brakes super early, so we hit him, so I couldn't really help that if he's broke really early. or I just broke too late, but I think he broke a bit early. But anyway, we're going to try and make the overtake. He defends the inside. We're going to try and go round the outside. Pushes us a little bit on the curbs. We don't get the best traction ever, as we're going to still go side by side into the double left-hander. And yeah, we can still go side by side. We nearly lose the car going into turn 7, now into turn 8. And yeah, you can see a lot of wheel banging, but it's a very close battle. This is a really good battle with Rowan. As you can see, I go slightly deep, but then I get pushed off the track. Mind my words, I was just a bit angry at the moment, but there's nothing wrong with it, to be honest. I should have backed out. And yeah, you can see I'm very, very angry at Rowan, but you know, I can't really get angry after him if I kind of hit him in the rear. So, you know, anyway, we're gonna try and make another overtake on Rowan now. As we're gonna sit behind him, and then we took the DRS zone, as we're gonna try and go now as the DRS detection. So we got DRS, and we're gonna try and push him on the curb, but he hits our rear wheel, so it makes us lose traction quite a bit. As you can see, I'm getting very angry, but mind me, this is just a reaction to the moment. So yeah, so you know, we get past Rowan now, and now the gap to Cazzizzle is 2 seconds. You can see I'm waving like crazy because I'm not happy with Rowan at the moment, but you know, just never mind. Anyway, now we got Cazzizzle ahead of us, 1.9 seconds. And yeah, we are gaining a lot of time on him already, so we don't need to burn much of our ERS. But we don't want Rowan to attack us, so we burn a little bit of our ERS at the moment. And yeah, we see 1.2 seconds is a gap because we skipped all the way to lap 15 of the race, going into the double left-hander. 1.1. Well, it might get DRS here because we're gaining a lot in the middle sector on Cazzizzle, as we burn a lot of our ERS. And here I'm in the DRS now, so this is gonna be good for our race. As you can see, Sav also getting pressurized by Cazzizzle. And yeah, now we just got to sit in our DRS and just recharge our battery, because we are the fastest on the track, most definitely at the moment. So yeah, we can charge our battery and just be patient for a bit, and maybe try a trick in the pit stops or something, because you see my front left and front right are 36%, so this is really good tyre wear at the moment. So they've been saved quite well at the moment. Usually pit windows are on lap 20 or 19, 18-ish, so people could try pit now to try and get an undercut, but the mediums would be really bad at the end. As you see, gap to Cazzizzle's 7 tenths, 1.2 second gap is 2 Sav, and 5 tenths is a gap which we're getting really big amount of oversteer. And you know, you see Psgl, is he gonna pit? No, he's not. He's gonna try and dummy us into the pits. As you can see, they got 4 tenths now as we're going right on his back now. As you can see, Sav also trying to gap Psgl, who's got a bit more of a pace advantage over Psgl at the moment. As we go into turn 1 now, we're going to try and get a good exit now, coming out the first corner now, in opening up the DRS now, not burning our battery because there's no point. And now we're in pit window, so maybe one of the people in front of us, or maybe we pit this lap, as we are right in the back of Psgl. We're making him push him into Sav Legend now. And yeah, we're going to go into turn 4, saving a bit of our battery now, as there's no need to burn any of it. 51% battery at the moment. And yeah, all we need to do at the moment is keep patient, because we can maybe go for an undercut, try and you know, get past using an undercut, because I know undercut is very powerful around this track. And yeah, you see who's gonna pit this lap. I'm gonna go diving. Oh no, we're not gonna. Even fake myself. As you can see, we don't go in the pits. As we come around the final corner again, we just save a bit of our battery at this time, because there's no point burning it. And then maybe in lap we'll burn a lot of our battery. So going into turn 1 again. The gap's kind of increased to me and Sav, and me because there's a little bit, maybe they're burning a bit of that battery as we skip to the end of lap 19 now, as we now are going to go into the pits this time. So going over the white lines very nicely, so no cheating or anything with the white lines, as we see hitting the speed limit very nicely, as now we've got to turn in perfectly, and we do optimum turning point. So try and get a good pit stop now, going onto the medium tyres. I'm going to try to go for the undercut. And yeah, this is a quite a good moment for me, so I can possibly get ahead of Sav and then try and break the DRS of him, maybe, if we get a good enough undercut, but we'll see now, if we get an insane undercut. And yeah, you can see, now we got DRS as well at the end of the straight, so this is going to be good for our chances to try and get an undercut on Sav, and the mediums will be instantly better than old hards, so this is going to be good for our undercut chances. Yeah, we're just going to keep pushing, not being too much of our ERS, because we're going to be gaining a lot of time no matter what anyway, and I want to save as much ERS because, you know, when Sav come at the pits, they're going to be bidding a lot of their ERS as well, so I want to make sure if I do break the DRS, that is, or if I am ahead, then I can defend myself. As you can see, I'm on 68% ERS now, on a lot of ERS, but there's no need to put in too much. As you can see, hard runner Jensen ahead of us, PSR Nick. Now PSR Sav and Psgl both pit, so we're going to see if we're going to get ahead of them. We can see just coming out the pits now, we get ahead of Psgl already, and now we're going to get ahead of PSR Sav as well, so this is going to be an insane undercut, and yeah, this is going to be good. Now we're going to have to push our ERS a little bit now to try and break the DRS of Sav Legend, and this brings back to last lap when I said save the ERS a little bit, and look at what I'm about to hear me say now.
Oh, what a strategy.
Yeah, like, this strategy was insane. As we've already broke the DRS of Sav Legend already, and yeah, now we just got to keep pushing as he's on cold mediums. Use advantage at the start, but he will come back at the end with better tyres at the end, but we do have a bit of a pace advantage, so yeah, we're just gonna keep pushing at the moment, as the gap is just going up because he's on freezing cold tyres, and yeah, we're just gonna maintain the lead now, try and save a bit of our ERS and for attacks if he try getting back in our DRS. This game been a little bit as we set the fastest lap of the race, 1 minute 6.127 as we go into turn 1. You can see Shazoo Jensen, Fubby ahead of us. I don't believe that's, I can't remember who else that is, but they are actually FVR Lewis, who's trying to extend the hard stint, because at the end of the race there should be rain incoming, so yeah, this is gonna be spicy at the end, I'll tell you that, so you want to keep watching this video and make sure you stay until the end, because this is really interesting. As we see lap 24 right on the back of these drivers, as Jensen did pit at the end, as we're going to try and make a move on Fabinho, as he's been a lot of his ERS, as we're going to try and dive it on turn 1, and we absolutely send it as we make an insane overtake late on the brakes, Daniel Ricciardo style, and now you can see he's very fast and straight to his Fabi, so you can maybe try and overtake him down the inside, but we do defend the inside, well, the middle of the track, just to make sure, or just to play it safe. And now we got FVR Lewis ahead of us now, as we're going to try and down the inside, but we don't have much ERS left. There's a little bit dart to the inside, but we send him down the inside and we make the move done on the fresh mediums. And yeah, now we got Skiver, Tom and Rowan ahead of us, so they're going to be on really old hards, puncture territory already, so yeah, they're going to be losing a lot of time each lap, so it's going to be like at least a second a lap, second and a half, 2 seconds maybe a lap. As you see, the gap is already coming down, 8.9, 8.8 seconds, 8.7 already at the end of the sector. As you can see, the gap 3.9 seconds, as it's only lap 30 out of 36 at the moment, as we're gaining seconds and seconds each lap, as we're about to do a weather update, but I pressed the vehicle one accidentally. As you can see,
Do a weather report with me.
I think I heard rain imminent, so not ideal, so I don't really want it to be imminent, and yeah, they are taking a massive risk at the moment. You can see we skip to the end of lap 30, as you can see Rowan does pit because his tyres were really bad, I think, and he maybe have had a puncture. As you can see lap 31, and you can see the clouds are starting to come in now, as the yellow flags in sector 1 as a car has gone off now. As you can see, end of lap 31, Skiver going really slow ahead, so I think he's got a puncture. Yes, he does have a puncture, so he's really slow, as he's got a rear right puncture, I believe, so not ideal for him. And now we got Shazoo Tom, who's going to be absolute roadblock ahead of us, who's going to be insanely slow on those hard tyres. And yeah, we're going to try and get past him as fast as we can, as his lap 32 or 36. As soon as it rains, they will pit instantly. So yeah, as you can see, gap 1.3 seconds. Those hard tyres are so dead, at least 80% or more. As yeah, it's again really interesting at the end of this race. Yeah, and really tense at the moment because I don't want it to rain or any safety cars to happen, as we're nearly in his DRS zone. So as you see, we do a rev report and it says imminent, sorry. And yeah, we're just gonna try and get as fast, or get past him as fast as I can, as I know he's gonna be really slow in the middle sector, trying to help his Shazoo teammate Psgl. And yeah, as you can see, going into turn 8 now, trying to be as close as I can, going into the first, last turn, and then try and get an overtake done on Shazoo Tom. As you can see, right on the back of him, we're going to get a lot better traction coming at this final corner as we burn out ERS and we get past the Shazoo driver on lap 33 or 36. So it's looking good at the moment. As you see, yellow flags in the middle sector, and yeah, the safety car comes out, which is not ideal for us, as Shazoo Tom is behind us and rain is about to hit anytime. So yeah, as you see, the safety car coming out, but the safety car can only do this lap or the next lap, so a lot of people are gonna have to be quick. As you see, we're gonna dummy into the pits. We're not gonna go into the pits now. So yeah, Shazoo Tom has to pit because he's on 33 lap all hards. As you see, we're about to come across the line to come across the line to be on the second last lap of the race, 34 to 36. So the safety car will be coming in at the end of this lap. And yeah, as you can see, the rain is about to hit now. As you can see, it does hit and it's raining now. So this is going to be very tense at the end. 2021 Abu Dhabi real life vibes from this, which is very traumatizing, I'll tell you that. And it's not fun experience to be in. As you can see, the raindrops are hitting the screen now. And yeah, this is getting a very nerve-wracking moment now. My heart is beating like mad at the moment. As we're going to try and get as much temperature on these tyres as possible. As we're going to try and warm up our tyres a little bit, as we nearly lost the car. As you see, that's how wet it's already getting. And yeah, it's getting really wet at the moment, so it's not going to be ideal. And the grip is getting really bad already. So we go as early as we can and we get a massive amount of oversteer. As you can tell, the track is getting really wet at the moment. Not much grip anymore. As you can see, we go as early as you can because there's a lot of cars behind right there. As you can see, going into turn 1 now, the track is literally soaking already, as the track looking really wet already. As we go now into turn 3 now, this is absolutely crazy at the moment. As you can see, flipping spray is coming off the tyres now, so it's gone really wet instantly, as everyone's just going off the track behind us. As we got Kazizzle now right on our rear of the car now. As you can see, a lot of the soft runs are getting past now because the softs are a lot better in the wet conditions. As you can see, Kazizzle goes straight, and luckily we stay on the track. As you see, a lot of medium runners going straight, as we nearly lose the back end. As now we got Shazoo Tom right down the back now, as this is going to be very interesting for the final lap. As you can see, Smokey also on the soft compound tyres, and also Shazoo Rowan on 3 lap old tyres. As we're going to come around into turn 7 now, as he's right on our back at the moment, as we nearly lose a position, but luckily we hold the car together. As you can see how hard it is to traction in these zones. You can see I'm literally shaking at the moment. I'm literally have the eyes bulging out my head at the moment as we come around the final corner now. WR tier 1, this is like Monza vibes. As you can see, Smokey does get past Shazoo Tom, who got also really bad traction. We brake super early and we nailed the turn 1 for wet, dries on wet. As Smokey goes straight on for turn 1, as Shazoo Tom now is going to get the position back on Smokey. As you can see, Smokey right on the back of Shazoo Tom. We're going to try and make an overtake, I'm guessing, but we're going to try and just keep it on the track, and then we'll brake as early as you can. Just try and keep it on the track and just try and be as smooth and gentle on the throttles as we can. As you can see, Shazoo Tom is getting absolutely terrible traction at the moment, as now V30 is out the race, so he's crashed at turn 1, I believe. As now we break into turn 4, we've gone really deep. We've gone really deep now. As you can see, Shazoo Tom right on our back right now, as we get a bunch of oversteer, and then we go back to the racing line. We get defend again, and now we're gonna get the overtake. Get the position, should I say, over with, and it's going to be very unlikely he's going to get past us. And now you see at the background, Rowan and Smokey fighting for positions. This is going to be close between Psgl and WR for championship points. As you see, Rowan and Smokey get a bit of a collision, so Rowan spins out, and yeah, Shazoo Tom not far behind us. As we see, we come around the final corner. Sorry for the audio as well, it's a bit horrible. And yeah, you see, very happy with the result. And yeah, wasn't expecting it, to be honest, because there's people on softs behind me. And yeah, very pleased with that. And yeah, Psgl did beat us at the end. The PS drivers did beat us by only 2 points, so not ideal. So it's probably going to be a third round for the rematch. I don't know what track it'll be, but anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed that video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please tell me if there's anything wrong with the video and anything you'd like in the video. And yeah, peace out, everybody.